let's just get started. I know it's my talk, the last one for today. We are all a little bit tired, but it's actually the first talk about DeFi at this conference, and tomorrow we're going to have a set of talks dedicated to DeFi especially. So what I would like to do today, just give a broad overview about DeFi, how we get where, what we have right now, and maybe after that we can reflect together how we can improve it as a community. A little bit about myself. My name is Pavlo Makarov. I'm dev. We are located in Berlin and working on protocols and applications based on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's agenda for today. Prerequisites, all the new challenges, and our new projects. If we will have time, I just will say a few words about what we are up to. So what we have done so far, we developed an open source EthCC. It's a UX framework on top of token-created registries. We have been one of the early adopters of TCRs, working alongside with Mike Goldin, the creator of the TCR. We also organized last year in Kiev, Ukraine, WF conference, as maybe less the most projects I'm the most proud of. So far, many speakers who are also presented at this conference for the first time came to Ukraine. And our new project, Skudam, what we are trying to achieve, to provide fiat to crypto on off-ramp, but on non-custodial way, easy and fast. So DeFi prerequisites. So the financial crisis, world financial crisis 2008, when banks issued high-risk mortgages, many of them went into defaults. It became clear we need some new, more transparent financial system. We got Bitcoin in 2008, which is transparent and programmable money with predictable inflation. Then came Ethereum 2015, that is replicated state machine and environment to execute smart contracts in a decentralized way. So social interest, we all can communicate pretty easy on the internet, but actually the number of global markets which have significant liquidity, it's quite limited. And there is two factors why is it so. One is social trust, another is political regulation. Once we have this trust machine, I think we also need regulation framework that more institutions, also market makers, can enter this space. Actually, what is defined about, it's financial services built on the decentralized rails. So what we are trying to achieve is to replicate existing projects from the traditional financial system, but with the improved functionality and different risk properties inherent in crypto systems. If you think about fintech, the whole stack of fintechs up to date, and with DeFi, decentralized finance, we just try to replicate some of them into the digitalized rails. So we have this trust machine, we have networking layer, and we have some mechanism design, mostly up to the projects how to design that. Also, it's a step forward to individuals. So the more you contribute to the protocol, to the liquidity, the more you can expect to get revenue from it. And to have, actually, to make it simple, to have any financial system, you, on the base level, need two primitives, is underlying and derivatives. So underlying is any technology, any properties like stocks, bonds, and derivatives, you can think about it as a contract that derives its value on the underlying assets or a bunch of assets. And also financial inclusions. If you think about 2 billion people around the world, nowadays we don't have any financial access. It's a pretty huge number, but I would claim here that the most user will come from will be like educated people from developing country who will achieve more self-sovereignty. using DeFi. We're going to see through use cases, you're going to see it's mostly for like financial wizards right now. So it will take time to get there. I will avoid to talk about any specific projects. What I would like to do just to give overview what we have right now and what kind of approaches do we have. So instance payment, we all know Lightning Network, or the Bitcoin, we have Raiden, or the Ethereum. There is also many approaches how to implement state channels, either like application-based or hub-based or like virtual channel. So we have exchanges, centralized, decentralized. We have limited control, or the centralized exchanges, and limited features, or the decentralized exchanges. So it's only like trade-offs between functionality and security. We also have stable coins, like many of you know, the DAI, the biggest one, and it's like algorithmic. They define their value to pick their ERC20 token one-to-one to the US dollar algorithmical terms definition mechanism. Or you have centralized entities there you just need to trust. We also have digital asset management, any kind you can imagine, like from the poorly decentralized to like curated by DAOs to poorly centralized entities. And we also have derivatives, think about prediction markets like Augur, Gnosis. And the huge part is loans protocols. It's like, some of them I call them pen shops. So what they are doing, they're a centralized entity. You just can get some fiat, deposit some of your digital assets. You have also free markets. Then the terms of the loan determined by the contract and by the liquidity. So you can just trade between the smart contracts. And you have out-of-counter or peer-to-peer lending protocols. Just quickly about challenges, I headlines here somehow liquidity. So liquidity is most challenging one. So once you start thinking about any new projects, either you want to develop new protocol or develop some kind of interface on top of that will aggregate some of them. The most important thing you will need to think about is liquidity. So how we get the most liquidity out there. User experience and onboarding is relevant to the whole blockchain ecosystem. So it's not special for DeFi in general. Also crypto on and off ramps. That's actually what we are trying to address with our projects. So you can swap tokens on decentralized exchanges, but there is some problems if you want to on or off ramps from crypto, and actually have few options. You can use centralized exchanges, like you will need to send the tokens to them and hope they will not get hacked, and you're gonna get your money back. Or you can exchange on local meetups, or you can get it if you're gonna execute some job. And there is a lack of regulation, I think. It's mostly for institutional and market makers. Also, all services, what we have right now, are all collateralized, meaning you can only borrow some loans against a certain percentage of your collateral, as it's pretty insufficient. And we definitely also, I think, need more interoperability. Thinking about Bitcoin, we also have ROP in Bitcoin, but it's centralized and custodial. And I also think that many Bitcoin holders don't care about dApps in general, but want to participate in this DeFi, decentralized finance ecosystem. So maybe we can think how to get them involved even without having any Ether addresses. And just short about our projects. So what we are trying to address is fiat to crypto off and off ramps. And first of all, in non-custodial way, this easy and fast in Europe is thanks to the payment service derivatives, which allows any banks to open their APIs to license third parties. You also will need to get permission for the customer. That's why the customer gonna become the center point of their bank accounts. So banks won't owe them the data for anyone anymore. Once you want to transfer to another bank, you can just take all your transaction history, loans, what you have, and take it with you to the new bank. And yeah, that's our Twitter. If you like, follow us, and also DM is open. Any questions? That's it. Thank you.